Hello, good afternoon, all Australians. Good evening to all Canadians, and good morning to all from Dubai and from everywhere, wherever you're watching from. We are here back again with our Mum's Talk, episode 7. So today I have Baljit and Ritu with me again. So again, we are back with all three of us again. So hi Ritu and hi Baljit.
Hello.
Hi, Preciaji.
Hi. So today we are talking about an interesting topic. So, as you all know from our talks, you all know we are moms and we are doing a business. So, we are like mompreneurs. And at the same time, Ritu was a structural engineer and now she's a homemaker. Baljit is a nurse in Canada. So, everyone, and I work as an associate nurse unit manager in Melbourne. So everyone is doing this business as a homemaker or working as in a professional life. And apart from that, we all have our own voluntary things that we do. Like I do, like Sunday school. Like Ritu does sometimes go to her school, son's school to do some voluntary work. And everyone has some sort of a side this thing, and we all have family, friends that we entertain, so we are all busy, like who is not busy today isn't it? So yeah, apart from all that, and the main thing that we are all together today is that we own a online business or a digital business. So many a times I hear this question from many people that inquire about the business. So you are a mom, so you are working full time. Like now I'm part time, but when I was working full time, like people used to ask me, how do you manage this business? Like is that possible? Okay, so here we are with an answer for all that. First, I would like to invite Ritu to say what are the things, how do you manage as a mom, how do you manage your time to do a business and also being a homemaker, and I know you have other responsibilities as well. You can tell our audience like a little bit of what are your responsibilities so they'll get an idea. So how do you still run a business, and what is the peculiarity of this business that makes you do it? Yeah, over to you, Ritu.
All right. Thank you, Preciaji. Hi, Baljit, and hello to everybody who's watching us. It's been a while since I've been on Mom Talks. I'm so happy to be back. So we're talking about how I manage. So I'm talking about how I manage the business as a homemaker currently. So basically, what I'd like to say is I've also been working as a structural engineer. And what I've understood is no matter what a company says, like for example, a lot of places say we have flexible work. Now, this flexibility, from my perspective and from my experience, I've understood is flexibility is for the company, not for us. Means, oh yeah, you should be available whenever we call you, right? That flexibility is not based on our convenience, right? So that's the first thing that sort of struck me when I thought about online business. It's flexible. Now, when I mean flexible, that means I just have to manage my time around my focal point, which is my little one. Correct. So that's what I was thinking. But then as I got into the business, I understood that what you need for a business to be successful is discipline. And that discipline comes from plain time management. Now, what I do usually is based on 3 cases. It's funny when I say 3 cases, but that's how I do stuff. The first case is when my son is going to school, normal school days. Second case is when my son has a holiday or during weekends. Third case is when he's unwell. So this is probably a normal case that all moms have, you know. So what I try to do is basically write down the tasks for every day. So after my meditation, I take my diary and write down my tasks, which could even include which even includes cooking, right? So if I prep for 2 days or something, I have to write, this is what I do: cooking, picking up little one from school, whatever business meetings I have, whatever is scheduled, You know,
Mm.
everything I write down. It sometimes seems very silly. Like my husband even says, "What? You
Mhm.
said go and throw the garbage?" Because sometimes when you're so busy that you write
Forget
things
to
down and
mention.
yeah, exactly. And when you tick it out, not only do you get a sense of satisfaction, you also ensure yourself that you've done each and everything. So that's
Mm.
one thing that I make sure that
Mm.
I do to manage my time. Now, what I also do is, you know, include my little one in my business.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
sometimes, so that he feels that, oh, this is something mama is doing with me, you know.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
in that way, I'm managing him as well as my time.
Mhm.
So I understand that a lot of mothers, like even like how Prechichi said very rightly, a lot of mothers have asked me, but how can I manage this? You know, it's not possible. But what I'm saying is when I meant what I meant from I get my little one also to be included is sometimes I manage my business. Like for example, business inquiries is something that you cannot schedule,
Mhm.
right? Responding to business inquiries you can't schedule. So what do? You have your mobile in your hands, right?
Mm.
You can take it wherever you go. I answer business inquiries while I'm sitting with my son and he's not
Mhm.
well, or I'm putting him to sleep, or I'm cooking, right?
Mm.
So
Mhm.
doing things like that makes me understand how to manage my time. So
Mhm.
there is time that I schedule 2 to 3 hours of a day,
Yes.
that I schedule in a way that I don't disturb my little one schedule and I work around all the other things that I need to do. And
Mhm.
that's the absolute definition of flexibility,
Very
right?
true. Yeah.
And other miscellaneous activities, like for example, me getting a business inquiry and that person has a load of questions to ask, or a sudden meeting with a person who is going to be a prospective business partner, you know, all those
Mm.
things I can't schedule, but then I surely can
Yeah.
flex my activities around my little one. So that's
Mhm.
what I do. Back to you,
Okay.
Prishti.
Okay, that was so amazing, Ritu. That just reminded me, like one time, like one of my friend, she's a doctor, so she was asking me, I remember the beef pickle that you made for me, like long time back. I would like to have one again. So I was like, okay, I'll put it in my diary. I'll forget it, so I'll put it in my diary. And she was like, what? Put it in the diary?
Right.
I said, my life just runs on my diary. So as moms, I never thought it was an important thing because
Correct.
when I was single, I would did not have to care about anyone because I came to Australia
Absolutely.
when I was single.
Yeah.
So I never cared about going for night shift or day shift. Like I could just do whatever I want in my own time. But then as responsibilities, as I got married, my responsibilities as a wife increased. Even then, it was not too bad. But then when my kids were born, like when I was doing my masters and everything, I thought, okay, this would never run like this. So you know doing my studies has done a lot of education for myself, so it taught me so many life lessons. So that was one thing I learned in my short lifespan, about planning things,
Yeah.
even if it's like little things, like put it down,
Yeah.
Ritu, I do agree that, even little things make you feel a sense of accomplishment, but at the
Yeah.
same time you're not forgetting your responsibilities, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was really amazing, Ritu. Over to you, Baljit. What do you, I think the audience will be interested to hear from you as well, what you do as a mom and a nurse and a business. What do you do?
Yeah, thanks, Tracy. Yeah, sure. As Ritu already listed the importance of listing down. So I am that person too, because before I was like, why should I write? I can do the things myself.
Yeah.
But when you have kids and when you're multitasking, oh, the
Yeah.
things get lost and you easily forget about those things. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that increases your like workload. I've
Mm-hmm.
even like with little things, you're going for groceries, and
Yeah.
if you're not taking your list, and you forget one single
Correct.
thing, and that's
Yeah.
important. And
Yeah.
now what happens
Yeah.
is you have to go again, so
Mm.
that will messes up with your time because you were planning something else in that time, and now
Mhm.
Correct.
you have to go back for getting that thing because you cannot work with it without it.
Yeah.
So that is really important. I've learned with time too. Before I used to ignore that, but yeah, being in this business, I started prioritizing the things because
Mhm.
we have so many things when we have kids, along with taking care of the house, cooking. So
Mhm.
as a mom or woman, sometimes we get time and we try to do everything at one time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that is one thing I started to organize more, like one
Mhm.
thing at a time, and we can divide it. We don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
have to do everything in this on the same day or same time.
Mhm.
Then we can have time for ourselves also and relax, and then we can
Yeah.
work more efficiently that way.
Mhm. Mhm.
So because I used to, if I am cleaning my house up to down, I will clean everything in a day, and then you get tired, and
Yeah.
yeah, you cannot do anything after that.
Yeah.
So
You're
you
running
cannot
out of
work.
energy. Yeah. Mm.
So being in this business is so flexible for now. How that works for me is like when I put my kids to sleep, then I'm able to work accordingly. Like I can work for half an hour in between, or when he
Mhm.
goes to a nap, then I can work on my business. I can find my content or do a
Mhm.
business meeting. So depending on that, their schedule I can work around.
Mm.
Plus, when we need, like now it's a March break going on, so there how you will work with them because they will be around all time.
Mhm.
So I'll take them to the park or somewhere, but the other thing is I can still work on my business while I'm there.
Yeah. I think that's the
Because
beauty of our business. Yeah.
that's because I can take my phone and answer my inquiries there,
Mhm.
and they while they're playing and enjoying, I'm still watching them, but I'm also working on my business too.
Yeah.
So that is another plus point of this business, that I can manage it wherever I can.
Mhm.
And while working, that also helps. I'm doing my part-time job.
Mm.
So on those days, how I manage while I'm on my break, it it's like a quick. I have to make a little content and I can post on my social media,
Mhm.
and it doesn't take that long. So it doesn't have to be like we have to sit somewhere and
Yeah.
particularly work on our business. We if we have few minutes, we
Mhm.
can do it quickly and
Mm.
still run it.
Yeah.
So these are few points I use for
Okay.
myself.
Yeah, thank you, Barjit, just enlightening us. So, just out of curiosity, I'm just asking both of you, like, whether you do a meal prep. Like, I don't know. I've heard many people do a meal prep, and I've tried it myself as well. Did it work for you guys, or have you ever done it?
Mm, Sometimes, not really
Yeah.
every time
Hmm.
it works. So some
Yeah.
I tried for a little bit, but yeah, you still
Yeah.
you get into your schedule back again, and yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't work for me for sure.
Yeah.
Meal
Yeah.
prep, I like meal prep actually. Like, sometimes you think for tomorrow, you just go to the refrigerator and check what else is available, right? And then you
Mm.
cook up a recipe in your head and it's like, okay, this
Yeah,
is what I'm
that way.
doing. And
Yeah.
then sometimes I do that, sometimes I even write down, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But what happens is at the last moment, you have some other things going on and probably that doesn't happen. So it doesn't work all the time,
All
but
right.
I still try to,
Mhm.
because when you're too busy, then you want something already set in your mind. That helps a lot, actually.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different case on a day when you're a little more free, you have like a weekend or things
Right.
like that. You want to be a little innovative so that your kids will
Yeah.
have something interesting, new, and tastier to eat. But
Yeah.
then apart from that, planning is amazing, especially when you're too busy.
Yeah, I think it has helped me. Like when I do it, actually, like I don't do it very often, but I do mostly because, especially because I'm working, and then
When
when
you,
there's a lot
yeah.
of inquiries coming, I know And as I told you, I've never been an organized person. I think that is one thing that Baljit really told about being organized. So, and even Ritu told about being disciplined. Discipline and organizing is one of the most important things that moms do. I think, and it's very important, especially when you are running a business as well. It's not that we don't say that. We don't have to give any time for it. We do have to give time, but then the amazing feature of this business is that it's very flexible at any
Mhm.
time. What I do as personally, like even my when my son goes, like, or my kids go for swimming or other activities they do, like
Mhm.
soccer or anything, I used to answer inquiries, and that's all we are doing much about this
Mhm.
Yeah.
business. Like many people think about a business as a huge a mammoth task, but with our business it's not a mammoth task. It's mainly like answering queries for people, preparing a content for your business page to make
Mhm.
people aware of what we are doing and all those things, like how we are conducting this session. Like it's more like we're giving some information and educating people, and
Yeah.
just inquiring, answering the inquiries, so we
And
can do that.
Preshji,
Yeah.
sorry for interrupting.
No, no.
When, like how I said in the beginning,
Mm.
flexible based on your convenience.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Mhm.
Flexibility here is not based on any organization's convenience or you don't have a superior officer or
Yeah.
somebody else who's going to tell you, listen,
I
I'm
know.
available now, come for the meeting now. It's
Yes.
Mhm.
us who are deciding what is important at this moment, and
Yeah.
that we prioritize,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
And that's the beauty about this. We mention all the tasks, but
Yeah.
it's when we get time. Certain things we do mention, like at 10
Mm.
o'clock, check whether the garbage is thrown, right?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
at 6, wake up to make sure you make breakfast for your children. Those things, like, because they need to go to school.
Mm.
So those things you schedule and make sure that happens. But
Yeah.
otherwise, everything is going around what we want to prioritize. And
Yeah.
that's the beauty.
Mhm. Yeah, so when we have a meeting and all that, we can specifically schedule that. But inquiries, it comes in like at any time.
Mhm.
Okay, so like I try to answer as early as I can. So what I do is like my husband was kind enough. He bought me a Bluetooth, which I've never used in my life before having this business. So it has like immensely helped me because even if I'm cooking, like I have it in my ears, I can talk to people. Like that's all we are doing. Like people have inquiries, like we are answering that for them, we are guiding them through the business, like and certain meetings of course we have to schedule. But if you have a weekly planner, and then you'll have to shortlist as well, as you told Ritu, every day you have to shortlist. So it does not mean that so someone asked me the other day, so whatever you plan, it goes according to the plan? No, come on, this is life. Maybe you planned a meeting, like like Ritu, you planned a meeting last week, your child fell ill, and you couldn't come for the meeting, but that's fine. Like that's your priority, and that's what this business is all about. Think of any other traditional business, you think, oh, my child is sick, so today I'm not going to open the shop. And this, like, I went to a shop and I told the shopkeeper, you know what, I stood there thinking for the last 1 hour you are going to come. I stood in front of the shop thinking that he would open. At least he should have put a note over there that I'm not available or something. Okay, so any other traditional business, you cannot even think about it. You will lose your customers. But this is not a business that we do not, hustle, a lot, thinking, oh, I'm going to lose my clients or anything like that. You are doing it according to your pace, your flexibility. You have no targets to achieve. You are your own CEO. Okay, like you should be proud to say that, and you are the one who decides your future. Okay, so of course we need that dedication, everything. So if anyone is thinking, okay, so I don't have a time for this business, I'm doing a full time job, nothing like that. We all have proved that we can do with
Mhm.
little discipline. Of course we need the dedication. With little discipline and organization in our life, and including your family members. I think that's a very important point that Ritu even touch base with, that like about involving your son. Like, if you have older children, probably they can help you just type your contents, whatever it is, like, little things. Okay, and you can reward them. Okay, it just brings your bond together as well. So whatever it is, if any of moms thinking that I don't have the time to do this business is actually easy compared to any other business, like regarding the time flexibility, I mean, and little dedication, little organization, you can definitely do. So if you are interested, drop in in the chat box, or you can contact any of us through the messenger, and we will be available for you to have more information. So till then, next time we'll see, next week we'll see with another topic. Till then, bye bye.
Bye.